We are going to look at something totally different today.
Yes, that's right, Max.
Take it away.
So if you're a D&D fan at all, or if you're a miniatures fan, or if you're just a fan of saving money, this episode is for you. Max, how many times has this happened to you where you're hosting a D&D night, and you...
In 2020, not regularly.
You, my unimaginative, unable to see anything in your brain friend... miniatures.
I do.
You're with your party. And you want them to go into a spider cave.
Okay.
So you get everything set up. You realize you don't have enough spiders for the encounter that you want to set up.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem.
How are we going to fix that?
How much do you think you would have to spend in order to order miniatures, maybe even have the paints in order to help deal with, the fact that they're bland without all of that? How much do you think you'd have to spend?
So your bog standard spider miniatures are probably going to cost like $5 a piece, just looking at Reaper bones or something.
So 5 times 8 is what, Max? If we wanted 8 spiders,
man, that's it's 40. But
it's 40.
I was thinking about doing it for like the gag.
Yeah. Anyway,
not a cheap amount of money.
No, and I was in this kind of a position last year.
Okay.
And around this time, I'm looking for deals any way I can. I'm trying to save money. And I was doing my normal shopping routine at Walmart. And around this time, they have their Halloween decorations out. Something caught my eye. And I saw it, and I thought, most people would think this is absolute garbage. What?
Did you tell them to give it back?
No.
Your eye?
Hilarious. Most people would think this is absolute garbage. I, however, thought this is a great opportunity to save some money and make some really cool, of my own spiders.
Okay, show us what you got.
So I bought this right here. These are called Halloween glitter spiders, and they are, Max, what does that say right there?
8 pieces for $1.98.
$1.98. That's not $198, Max. That's $1.98.
Which I would pay, by the way. I mean, I would pay.
No, these are $2, and these are great. After you've
I was going to say, these...
At first,
not so great.
Yeah, they're hollow in the middle. If you guys are going to see a close-up of these, a lot of them have glitter all over them. Obviously, you don't want to put these just on the table. But Max, I'm here to tell you that the glitter is actually what makes these great. Because it adds a lot of texture to the piece.
Which is important.
Yes, and when you think about giant spiders, what kind of texture do you think a spider would have?
Immediately what I think of is hairy...
Yeah.
Weird, grimy.
Yeah, exactly. And these are not only just clumpy in some areas, but they also, once you spray paint them and kind of lock that glitter in, it becomes this nice hairy texture on them. So I'm going to show off, and you guys are going to see a couple of the ones I've already painted. And these were from a year ago, so this was when I was still early getting into do-it-yourself miniatures.
Sure.
But I painted these a couple of different colors.
I broke that one's leg.
Yeah, the leg's a little bit broken on some of them. You can lock that in. I've actually... For these over here that we're going to do this year, I found a way to kind of get around that, and I'll share that with you guys. But, for instance, Max, there's a couple of these that are not the best. They don't have the best coverage when it comes to the glitter. But I found a way to use that to our advantage, too. A lot of miniatures, especially, I have a lot of Zombicide miniatures.
Okay.
They have holes very similar in their miniatures, especially the wolves, if you have the wolves. And those are all just cool battle scars.
Yeah, tufts of fur missing.
Yeah,
scars.
exactly. Yeah. And so, just like that, the Walmart, knowing this is what people are going to use them for,
that's right,
did such a good job at not covering the entire spider with glitter.
And they're not all symmetrical.
No,
none
of them look
identical.
The same. None of them look the same. I actually have a couple
just primed
and ready.
Okay.
And we'll show those off as well.
Yeah, man. Even with just the priming.
Yeah. Right.
It legitimately looks like hair.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it looks like something that you would pay like a few bucks for at least,
yeah.
right? And that what you're holding in your hand, Max, is the equivalent of 25 cents.
Right.
That's 25 cents right there.
Yeah.
And not including the base, which
is an additional 10 cents.
Like
5 cents. Yeah.
5 cents maybe. So 30 cents right there. And we're going to actually paint these. Max and I are going to challenge each other to painting 2 of these.
Stop right now. Comment ahead of time who you think will look best. And then edit that comment at the end with who you actually think will look best.
Mine.
So they should both say Max.
If you don't say mine.
If you don't know my name, it's Max.
They won't have to know how to spell your name. Josh. Josh or Doolin. Doolin is what I
Doolin
would
works
rather
too.
be called.
Really?
Doolin.
You'd rather be called it?
Doolin is special. Josh is not. Everyone in the world is called Josh.
You'll see that.
Other than
Josh
Max.
is not special because there are 2 out of our core group.
Exactly. We're gonna base it. I got some styrofoam. I painted up the styrofoam. Used some army painter like plants and aquarium rocks, and came up with this.
And this looks so good, Josh. I mean, I might be a better painter than you.
You are definitely a better painter than me.
But you did this yourself.
I did do that myself.
With what?
So I took some styrofoam board, like the cheap like $1 styrofoam boards. I ripped it apart, tried to give it some rocky texture with aluminum foil. We'll do a whole other video about how to base minis, but I really think that it goes a long way.
This is really good. All right, we're gonna cut to break. We'll come back with these painted. We'll do one Nuln oiled just so you can see what that looks like. It may be a total failure.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know. If it's a failure, don't do it.
Yeah.
But we're going to come back with a couple painted ones and a couple that have been washed. And we'll see what they look like. Dragons probably already have...
I'll make good content.
Draco. You can figure out how to edit this.
It'll be fine.
I'm not editing. Draco.
Welcome back. We've
Welcome.
painted our miniatures.
We've showered. We've shaved.
Except
we're here.
for Max.
I haven't shaved, but I have showered. He shaved. I showered. I've not shaved. Unfortunately, he's not showered. Fortunately for you, you can't smell that, but he's probably showered. He's okay.
So
he smells fine.
To keep this video from
he's good.
being any longer, we've painted our miniatures. I would say that they definitely look better than they did when I painted them.
Mine do.
Thanks so much. Let's start with our first one. We said we were going to just put a black wash on it.
Just Nuln oil, right?
Yeah, just Nuln oil. I will say that I wish that there was a little bit more. It leaves a little bit to be desired.
This is a xanthanol highlight, then Nuln oil.
Yes.
If you're just going to do a Nuln oil, you want to do your xanthanol really light. I mean, just get a touch of the white on there. This has too much white. The Nuln oil did help, but it needs more. It needs more color depth.
And then these 3 we've actually painted ourselves. You can judge in the comments who did the best. But Max,
we'll get some spicy B-roll of this.
Yeah, Max, show off one of yours first.
Sure. So this is the one that I like this one a little bit better. I just did a real simple black, and then I just used purple, and then I highlighted it with some very spicy neon green. Now, I don't know what was up with this paint. It was very difficult to work with. I'm not sure if it's just that brand or type, or if I didn't shake it up enough, because it was literally unopened. I pulled the seal off and everything when I tried to use it, and it was not working well with me, but I made it work all right. I got some eyeballs there. There's actually 9 if you count them. I messed up. Whatever.
That was probably my favorite thing about that one. Not that you did a poor job the rest of the way, but I didn't think of putting eyeballs on there.
Yeah.
And it totally works. It's not one of those things where you added it and there's no texture there that could actually, but it
you
looks
just
like
really need
eyeballs.
a real quick little tiny touch, and it does do quite a bit. I didn't do it on this one. The one regret that I have for this miniature, I was actually very distracted while I was painting. I was playing Fall Guys with a friend. So instead of pulling out my nice wet palette and having a good old time focusing on things, I had the pots opened up. I was playing, and when I fell out of the round, I started painting. And so I just dipped straight from the pot.
Yeah.
It wasn't watered down at all. I didn't use any kind of, what's that called? Glaze. I didn't use any kind of glaze or anything to water it down. So it really overpowered, and it's thick, and it covered up a lot of the texture. It doesn't look bad.
No, not at all.
It's just compared to yours, which is a similar color style, you get that
and we'll talk
texture.
about why mine looks a little bit different. But I do want to point out that by no means does that look bad.
Oh, no.
And I would say that most people, if you're just a beginner painter, this could be like your end product if you have no idea about thinning paints. Or like Max was very distracted. He knows a lot about painting, but
I wouldn't go that far.
He does. You know more than I do. But like if your paints are thick and you're just pulling them out and you cover something, like
it's still gonna look.
It's gonna look really good. Anyway, and then mine, I used some contrast paints. I like because we have the difference here. Because the whole point of this video is to save money. So you hear contrast paints, it's going to be expensive if you want. But this could be what you get.
But it's also, you're not purchasing a set of contrast paints for every mini or every set of minis. They last quite some time.
I used two base coats, two different kinds of base coats. One was a black, just plain black, that was Craft from Walmart. Mm-hmm. Another was like a light brown that I purchased that also is Citadel, but you could probably just get a normal light brown. And then I covered the light brown areas with two different contrast paints. It's the Gore Grunta fur and the leather, like lighter leather contrast paints.
I believe this one is just a Wraithbone base with the Gulliman Flesh contrast, and then I just added a thicker brown to the places that I actually wanted to be brown, very brown.
That's for those of you who are watching who are like me, who want to know how a person got that specific color.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to take Max's unbased spider, and we're going to attach it to my... Yeah, yours is great.
Oh, it's the only one without a base. That's why you're doing that.
Well, okay, I also love your eyeballs in there. Not your specific eyeballs. Are
they dreamy?
No. If they need glasses, they're...
No! You're not supposed to say no. You're supposed to say yes.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Are they dreamy?
They are dreamy.
Thank you.
Always.
You heard it here first.
Sorry, Emily. It's very, very easy to do. People are, I think, just kind of had this idea of I can't make something like that. You absolutely can. We'll talk about it later. But we're going to attach our spider to that and
call it a day.
It's a great video, great product.
Yeah. Thank you. I love how you touted our video.
Yeah.
This is a great video. I hope you like it. This is awesome.
Not hope. You will. Like and subscribe.
So,
I'm just kidding.
Remember, $2 for 8 of these.
$2
is what we're talking here.
Yes.
$2 for 8 of these.
Just
get them before Halloween's
work.
over.
Yeah.
They'll probably still have them. You might find them on clearance after Halloween.
You
may get it for 88 cents.
I don't know how many people are actually purchasing glitter spiders.
Well, clearly all 5 of our viewers probably went out to buy it.
Yeah, you know what? You should probably go and buy them before that other guy who's a fan of
it's true.
goes out and buys them.
We hope you liked the video, and we hope you go out and get some of these. And if you do, and you want to paint them, show us what you did. They're probably better than ours.
We will. I promise you, I will feature them as an editor in a future video.
You heard it here first. Have a good one.
See you guys.